Hello, welcome back to the Healthy Business Podcast. I'm Sarah Cook, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how you can double your income in just 30 days. And I'm going to be sharing with you some simple strategies so that you can really skyrocket your sales and your revenue right now. And I want to do that from a simple way because doubling your income is so much easier than you think. And it's actually not going to be by doubling your client numbers. So I'm going to share with you three really simple strategies that you can work on and you can implement right away within your business. Because most people think that to increase their revenue, it's either about increasing their prices or bringing in new clients. And you know me, I like to keep things simple. And I totally believe that business growth can be done in a way that feels super aligned to you, but also gives you the maximum return for your efforts without that hard sales push, without the ick, without anything that feels uncomfortable for you. Because I truly believe that when you get really intentional, when you focus on the things that actually make a difference to you, to your business, and to your clients, that's when that freedom comes in. That's when that flexibility comes in. That's when that choice comes in. And that is so important as business owners. So for me, having become fully booked within my business in just 5 months, I wanted to find a different way to scale even further so that I could have more income, but I could help more people without having any burnout. I didn't have any more time because I was fully booked, but I wanted to be able to help more people. And I wanted to break through that income ceiling that I'd inadvertently created by myself by becoming fully booked. So getting more clients in isn't necessarily the answer. And I want to share with you why. So in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you really, really simple strategies that you can implement straight away within your business, as well as refer back to this episode when you're scaling your business further, because it's, as I said earlier, it's really important that we get intentional. We're not going to necessarily be able to do all of these things overnight in one go. So it's about choosing the things that are going to make a difference for you right now that you can implement straight away that feel most aligned to you and to your goals. Now, this is stuff that I teach within my mastermind, and I want to share an invitation to you because if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling like you need some support to not just grow and scale your business, but actually to get under the skin of your marketing, to create a simple strategy that feels amazing for you, where you've got consistent growth, consistent sales coming into your business every single month, coming off that income roller coaster, that's what I really support people within the mastermind. My Thrive Mastermind, it's all about helping you thrive, not just in business, but also in life as well. So my invitation to you is, if you're interested, to drop me a message, either send me an email, hello@sarahcookcoaching.com, or drop me a message on Instagram @sarahcookcoaching. Okay, so on with the rest of the show. We're talking about doubling your income within the next 30 days. The reality is that there are only 3 ways to grow your business, because having money in your business does not equate to needing more clients. In fact, gaining more clients is actually the hardest way to generate more income. So I'm going to show you why, but also what you could be focusing on instead to increase that income with more joy and ease. Does that sound good? Amazing. Okay, so this is the stuff that I love to do. I love to keep things simple. I love to share with my audience my strategies and be able to help you grow, scale your business in a simple way. So those 3 ways to grow your business. Obviously, the first one is to increase your client numbers. The second one is all about increasing the spend value from each client. And the third one is about increasing the frequency of purchase. Now, I know that you don't want to be on an income roller coaster where your income is really feeling unpredictable, it's inconsistent, you don't know what's coming in each month. How much more amazing would you feel if you had that consistent cash, if you had that income growth every single month? So in this episode, I really want to look at all of those 3 different areas that I shared with you. I'm going to identify what you can do about each one, see why it's time to get intentional, to focus on the right activities. And if you do even just one of these things, you are actually going to make a huge difference to skyrocket your income, plus also maximize your take-home profits. So time is precious, right? We want to use it wisely, but we can also waste it very easily and very quickly if we're focusing on the wrong things. So I'm going to start with increasing your client numbers, because this is something that most people think of, and I want to bust a few myths. But if you're at the start of your journey, if you are trying to scale up a specific program, then increasing your client numbers is still a really valid way of growing your income. So I don't want to completely discount that, but I also want to share with you some other strategies that you can do if you want more joy and ease. So increasing your client numbers is without doubt the area that most people spend their time focusing on. Most people spend their energy, their effort, their time trying to bring new clients in. And when we're starting out, as I said, when we're at the early parts of our business, in that sort of early phase of our journey, then obviously we do need to grow. We need to increase that client base. But as your business expands, there are more efficient ways of growing your income. So, and there's two reasons for this, because getting new clients is the hardest way of increasing your revenue. You are literally starting from scratch to build that relationship. And that relationship can take time to really, bring people into your audience, to attract them, to nurture them, and then convert them. Getting new clients is also the most expensive way of increasing your revenue, because you might be doing paid adverts to bring people into your audience and into your business. So that obviously adds to your costs, it impacts your profits, and that means there's less money in the bank for you. But if we look at actually your time and your energy being a resource as well, that is where the expense comes in. Because if we look at kind of your time as a resource, if you can spend, an hour that is working with somebody who's already in your world, then that's going to be much more efficient for you than it is trying to spend that time building relationships right from the early start. So if you've recognized that you do need more client numbers into your audience to sell right now, then what I would recommend you do, and these are really quick ways to focus on, there's so many different marketing tactics. And I think, again, this is some of the biggest myths that I hear, is that people think, to grow my sales, I need to be, on social media, I need to be doing all of the things, I need to be sending emails, I need to be literally everywhere. Now, I'm going to share with you some of the quickest ways that you can grow your audience so that you can bring that income in if you don't have a big enough audience right now to feel like you can sell to. So collaborations are one of the quickest ways to grow your audience. You don't want to collaborate with a competitor. So explore collaborations that would be mutually beneficial, if I can't get my words out today, for guest expert trainings, whether it's blogs, podcast interviews, where you can go and show your expertise, that you can go and do something in somebody else's audience, because that level of trust is almost there before you've started, because you're being brought in as a guest expert. So you almost bypass a few steps of that relationship building, because you're instantly seen as an expert. Your place of authority is there as well. And it means that you can share an invitation to come and follow you, to maybe you've got a lead magnet that you can bring them into your email list, whatever that looks like. So I'll give you a couple of examples of what I did. So as a holistic therapist, that was my first business. I used to work with personal trainers, yoga teachers, skincare experts, stylists. As a business coach, where I am now, I work with people who are PR experts, mindset coaches, podcast hosts. So many different ways that you can tap into that are not competitors to you, but actually have similar audience, where you can go and share an immense amount of value and be seen as that expert, to then bring them into your audience as well. So referrals and affiliates are another way that you can grow your audience. That creates an instant level of trust as well, because whoever's referring you, it's a bit like a testimonial, or it's a bit like you being seen as that kind of guest expert side of things as well. It's a lot quicker for you to move through that purchase decision with new clients rather than straight cold audiences. Okay. So obviously visibility is another piece. We've talked a little bit about social media, things like that, but getting visible in the right places with the right messaging and at the right time is the key to this. So getting visible isn't about being visible everywhere. It's not about being constantly everywhere either. Don't rely solely on one marketing tactic, especially social media. You don't own social media. Ideally, you want to get people onto your email list, because that's something that you own. So think where your dream clients are hanging out. Think where they are seeking information that is within the area that you support with, because that's where you want to be hanging out. That will shorten that sort of finding you perspective. If someone doesn't know anything about you, they need to be able to find you. So it could be social media, it could be SEO, it could be podcasts, it could be blogs. Really consider where you're best off spending your time so that you're efficient and effective in growing your audience to bring new people in to your business as potential clients. Okay, so the second one is increasing the spend value from each client. So I talked about the 3 different ways that you can grow your business. The first one is obviously increasing your client numbers, but I want to share with you 2 different ways that are, in my opinion, much simpler and easier for you to grow your income and revenue into your business. So the second one is increasing the spend value from each client. Now, if you already have a reliable and regular client base, if you already got any kind of client base, think about how you can increase their spend value with you. So this is actually the easiest method of you growing your business from an income perspective, because your existing clients, they already know you, they already like you, they already trust you, they've already bought from you. So think about your ideal client's customer journey. How can you extend that means that they're going to stay with you for longer? Maybe there's something else that they need support with. Maybe they've come to that end of their journey with working with you. They've done a program or they've done a course, or maybe it's something lower ticket that has taken them along a certain step of that journey. And there's something else that they need support with. So thinking about almost your business model, your value ladder, what other things could you offer that is going to support your dream clients, but enable them to stay within your world? Okay, so thinking about how you could do that, there is different courses. You might want to add some new products, new services. It could be chargeable assets. So it could be something like a mini course. It could be a workshop, a checklist guide, ebook, so many different things. When you open that Pandora's box of ideas, there are so many different things that you could do with this. Maybe there's an opportunity to invite them to upgrade. Maybe there's an opportunity to add a VIP option to have more access to you, or to a special or an even exclusive bonus. Maybe you could offer taster sessions or trial offers. This can work for products and services as well. Okay, so creating additional products and services is a great way for you to increase the spend value. Another way that you can do this is obviously price increases and differentiators. Price increases tends to be the first thing people think of when you think of increasing spend. Now, your dream clients aren't going to make their purchase decision solely based on price. So I really want you to consider the value that you provide here. So what are the results that you can help them with, rather than just charging what your competitors are charging? This isn't about sticking a finger in the air and thinking, oh, I'm just going to charge this because someone else is. This is about charging what the results they're going to get. So basing it on that, basing the results that you have already got for your previous clients and customers. You might also spot an opportunity to offer things in a slightly different way so that you can't even be compared to your competitors. Now, this could be the duration of your program. This could be the length of time as for a therapy session, for example, or a yoga class. It could be, really consider how you could differentiate yourself, because when you differentiate yourself, you can charge in a different way. And a really simple example of this is most people in the therapy world will charge for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. As soon as I shifted my therapies to 45 minutes and 75 minutes, it meant that I could charge differently. I increased my prices. I gave more value. People were getting a better result from it, but they couldn't also directly compare my price point to other therapists that were charging 30 minutes and 60 minutes. So, and even from a coaching perspective, think about your containers. Should you be doing 3 months as a coaching package? Should you maybe extend that to 4 months and charge in a different way? As I said, so many different things that you could think about, but base it on the results that you want to create and that the client is trying to achieve as well. Another way to increase that spend coming back into your business, look at your profit margins. So price increases obviously increase your profit margins, but think about how else you can retain more income within your business. So this is about you taking that CEO approach. This is about looking at your business holistically, thinking maybe where there are examples that you could reduce your overheads or your business costs. Maybe there's ways that you could optimize or even automate processes. Maybe if you've got a physical product business, thinking about how you could change your packaging costs. So again, an example on this, I used to have some really lovely products and I was sending them out as small parcels. I decided to change the packaging, which meant I could send it out as a large letter. And that kept the profit within my business, within my bank account. It didn't change the end result for the customer. They still received beautiful packaging, still received beautiful products, but it meant that I was retaining more of that profit in my business. So I was increasing the income in my business. Maybe there's something that you could offer, like a bulk buy or a discount, or even combine some of your services and create an offer. Maybe there's something like a special bundle package or that you could put together. So if you've got some assets that you want to, you know that together they are going to be super valuable, maybe it's about creating a mini course or, a mini self-study bundle that people can access. The other thing I want you to consider is charging for your freebies. How many times have you had someone say, can I just pick your brains on this? Well, maybe start charging for that as a power hour session. Maybe you get asked the same questions over and over and over again. Maybe create a low ticket ebook or workshop or something like that. That means that you're actually charging for what you have traditionally been giving out for free. So this could be, again, just looking at your full business model, looking at the value ladder, really thinking about where you could plug those gaps that not just gives you more time back, but actually allows you to bring more money in for what you're doing already. Okay, so that's increasing the spend with your clients. Increasing the frequency of purchase is the third way you can grow your business. So this is really about retention. This is about retaining clients, getting repeat revenue. And this is actually the key in building that successful, scalable, reliable business with consistent cash flow, that monthly recurring revenue. You know what's going to come in, that sustainability, for want of a better word, that predictability. Right? That's really where you want to get your business to, is we don't want to be relying on these surprise launches or even the unpredictable launches where we really don't know the outcome for it. Those we want to be the cherry on the cake. So I'm not saying don't do the launches. What I'm saying is you want to create that consistent income month on month with growth, and then everything else becomes the cherry on the cake. That takes us away from scarcity. It means we focus much more on growth. It means that you've got that safety financial perspective to really enable you to step into that growth from a really long-term perspective. So why we do this? Well, once your clients have first had a taste of you, hopefully from their first experience, whether it is working with you as a coach, whether it's buying your products, whether it is working with you, from a trauma perspective, whatever it looks like, once they've tried their first experience of you, they generally convert into being a loyal customer because you are an expert. You know that you can help them. So we want to create those loyal customers for the longer term, and having those different solutions that you can provide to their problems is really where you want to support people, because you as the expert, you know that whether that problem is likely to recur or not, or whether there's even something else that you can support them with. So thinking about how you could do that, and there are lots of different ways that you can do this. There are lots of different methods that you can use in order to get people to rebook with you, but it's best done when you're interacting with them. So what I'm encouraging you here is, rather than kind of booking one-off sessions with you or buying one-off products with you, think about how you can create that longer term relationship, whether that's through packages or subscriptions, whether that's through long-term containers, sort of 6 months, 12 months. Maybe it's through an ongoing membership. Even a loyalty scheme can work really nicely. So many different ways that you can create those longer term relationships with people. So if you're working with people just on one single session, think about how you could create that longer term commitment to you, but also from a purchase decision as well. Because you know, as that expert, that to really help them, they're probably going to need more than one sort of appointment with you, whether that's a product or a service. Okay, so we've covered a lot today. Now, I'm going to summarize this, but I also want to give you some top tips to think about as well, because there are a few other things when it comes to the tactics that I think are worth considering. So if you already have an existing client base, then start looking at maximizing and optimizing it, because they already love what you do. And it's much easier to increase the value and the frequency of purchase than it is to spend all your time, energy, investments, efforts on bringing in new clients. Okay. So not only is it more effective, it's less expensive, it's simpler to do, but you could also very well be underestimating the value of your existing client database and also their friends, their network, right? So think about that extended network that they have as well. So to supercharge your income, to supercharge your success, I want you to focus on just one area, one key area that is going to help you grow your business in the next 30 days. So out of those 3 areas that we've really looked at to grow your sales, to grow your profits, to make sure you've got that income in your business, identify which one that you want to prioritize, whether that's increasing your client numbers, whether that's increasing the value spend, increasing the frequency of purchase. So the 3 ways that you can actually grow your business. One thing to consider this, and when you're sort of thinking, oh, which one do I prioritize? It's worth revisiting your business and your lifestyle goals to see which areas are right for you to focus on right now, because we can't do everything. So it is always about being intentional with your time and your effort, because that's what's going to make a difference. So I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your progress on this as well over the next month on how you're doubling your income. Drop me a message at Sarah Cook Coaching on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you and how you can do this. Okay, so before we wrap up, I just want to share with you some really quick tactics that you can do or to really get in the best possible space for this, because it comes to your selling mindset, right? We need to be in that right energetic space to be in that selling space. Now, if we view sales as something that feels icky, if you're pushing constantly, you're not going to get the sales. This is about attracting people. This is about working with people in a way that feels good for you, but also feels good for them. This isn't about the, sales tradesman, icky sales tactics here. This is about you getting in that energetic space to invite people to come and work with you, because action takers, your dream clients, they're action takers, right? You want them to come to you. You don't want to be pushing hard, because that's when we lose the joy. That's when we lose that feeling of ease. So making sure that you are consistent with this, you are consistently visible, you are consistently asking for the invitation to have that call to action. What do you want people to do? One thing I would really recommend is having as many conversations as possible, because we know that conversations lead to conversions. That's because people like to build that relationship with you. They like to buy from people that they know, that they like, that they trust. They want to know that you can really help them with whatever it is that you can help them with. So I'd really encourage you to almost drop the ego, right? And I mean this from a space of, this is about the client. This isn't about you. So when you're thinking about those additional products, those additional services, what is it that your dream client needs right now? Really ask those questions, and you can use your polls, your stories, the actual real conversations with people, get people to reply to emails. What is it that people need support with right now? Because that's when you're going to make the biggest difference to them. That's when they're going to part with their money to buy from you as well. So a lot of this comes down to your marketing messaging, really getting under the skin of your dream client, but don't forget to ask for the sale as well. Don't just become in that friend zone. Ask for the sale, create that call to action. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope it's given you lots of golden nuggets to really think about as you are growing your business, as you're really focusing on how you can double your income within the next 30 days. Now, if you would like more support with this, I've actually created a free guide that you can download. It's a bit of a workbook. You can head to sarahcookcoaching.com/double your income. And you will be able to download a free guide that I've created that goes into a little bit more detail of really how you can double that income within the next 30 days, what to focus on, how to prioritize. If you want to fast track that and you just want to drop me a message, then do so on Sarah Cook Coaching over on Instagram. I would love to hear what your progress is, but also what you're going to prioritize. So for now, I will see you on the next episode of the Health Business Podcast. It is an amazing one. It is with an Olympic athlete, and it's also with my brother. So he is an Olympic athlete, and we've gone behind the scenes a little bit on not just our relationship, but also the competitiveness and from childhood as how we both ended up being in the sporting world, being elite athletes. He is an Olympic medalist, as I said. But yeah, it's an amazing episode. I can't wait to bring this out live. But in the meantime, focus on doubling your income, and I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.